Hey guys, this is Peter. Today I got a great video for you. You know, on my channel we've talked about T-Mobile home internet, and I'm a big fan of it. It is a great service. However, there are some things that it was unable to do. So it is a great deal. 50 bucks a month is a great deal if it meets your needs, if it works where you are. So you can click check availability. That not only lets you know if it will technically work in your area, but if there is excess bandwidth in your area to service a customer like you, a home network customer. For that, they've added some new features, or I guess some limitations. 50 bucks a month, I think will get you 1.2 terabytes now. And if you want unlimited, you can pay 60 bucks a month. However, my channel we've looked at in case it doesn't work for you out of the box. We looked to look beyond the bars to find out if an external antenna will work for you, reference signal receive quality, receive power, signal to noise ratio, how you can really kind of analyze what you're getting. The question of, you know, why does my iPhone work better outside? Well, that is because this is a phone network and an iPhone is a phone. And what they've done is prioritize the needs of the network first. And yes, the home network customers are down in the priority, but we still get some amazing speeds. Now, what I want to take a look at today, and on my channel, I've also taken a look at external antennas, omnidirectional, fixed, mobile, 2x2, 4x4. Come take a look if you're new to my channel. But we've taken a look at gateways as well. Gateways and modems that are 5G and really can help us get the most out of this service. So this young man is that the guy from Scrubs? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, he's pointing at a gateway. A gateway is both a modem and an access point. It's kind of a weird combination because I don't know a lot of people that want to put a gateway for the 5G in a spot that's the same place that wants to be your access point. But I guess in a small enough apartment, it could be. Now, what I talk about on my channel is how you can use the device as a modem only, and you can hook up let's call it a better access point, one that has mesh features so you can cover a whole house. That's what I've done. And, well, I want to tackle the last challenge, the one that's been bothering us for years. And that is for people that are really into networking and serving, whether it's a security server, a gaming server, or a media server, you just couldn't do that with this network. And that's because it's a phone network. Phone networks were designed for, well, mobile phones that are mobile. You wake up in the morning, your phone's at home. A few minutes later, it's at work. You hop on a plane, it's in San Diego or Taipei or Tel Aviv. It is very mobile. So it's been giving you IP addresses that are different all the time. And that's okay for most people and most of the time. For your cell phone, it's perfect. You want to search for a sushi restaurant? Boom, it'll find it right away. A few minutes later, you want to search for something else? It doesn't matter that you had a different IP address. And that's how phone systems have evolved over time. But when you're talking about a home network, there are sometimes you want your IP address to remain static, if you will. You want it to be the same all the time. And T-Mobile just wouldn't work. So I called the people at T-Mobile over the years, and they said, yeah, that's just how our network works. And I've called the hardware manufacturers, and they said, we have some good features, but yeah, you're not going to be able to solve this. But it's been hounding me because I've been getting closer. Over the years, I've found different ways to make my Plex server work, for example, limitedly until my IP address changed. And then I found a way that I could track my IP address, and if I went and clicked on it, I could force it to work. But now I think I found a way to solve this in a generic case where it works across the board. And I've had it working now for months, so now I'm ready to share it with you. Here, let me just show you what I've got here. One of the modems I've been working with is this one. This one is great. I'm not sure why the page is dark, but okay, let's go with that. This is the Invisa Gig. It's a very good 5G modem. It's a modem only. It doesn't try to be an access point. I actually love that because I have a better access point, and that's being my Wi-Fi inside my house. I use the Netgear Orbi. It's quite a good unit. It is meshed, meaning I have different nodes around the house, and it will cover my whole house. Here I'm going to click on attached devices, log in, I suppose. And you can see that I have a whole host of different devices around my house. just from servers to phones to all sorts of things. It covers everything. Doorbells, cameras, everything is all on there. So I actually want a better access point than a single point that T-Mobile gives you. Not that theirs is bad, but the other thing I want to say about their gateways, they're all 5G NSA. NSA is great. It's kind of a stepping stone on the way to real 5G. That is 5G SA or standalone. NSA stands for not standalone, and what it means is your primary signal is 4G LTE. Not bad at all, and in fact, the resources that T-Mobile has right now are geared towards delivering your best service that way. That is your best download score. Unfortunately, people still look at download score as the all-be-all of human existence, and they're like, I get gigabit down. And you're like, well, what do you get up? And they're like, I don't know, I've never looked. If you have a server, you'd really care. You care about balancing or making it synchronous. You want your up and your down to be close at least. So here's what I've done. I've actually used this modem to craft my signal from T-Mobile. I've taken the card out. Here, I'm going to click. There we go. So it's a little brighter now. I've taken my card out of the T-Mobile gateway, put it into this one, and I'm still paying for everything. Don't worry. I'm just using their service slightly differently and crafting my signal. I'm able to pick the bands that I want. No more 4G for me. I'm a 5G guy across the board. I take two 5G bands and aggregate them together to get the best performance I can get. Here's what I'm getting right now. Here's a quick speed test. Boom. Now, I've crafted my signal. I was getting 400s, 600s, 700s, 900s sometimes, but I was getting 40 up. And 40 up's not going to do it when you're a server. So I've kind of crafted it. This is 5G SA. I get a pretty good ping, and I get a great download. 450's not bad at all. And over 100 up. Now, this can fluctuate. As I mentioned, the priority of a home user is not the same as a phone. It's a phone network first. So sometimes, especially I live near a school, when the parents come pick up their kids, and there's a lot of parents sitting around the block and all have their phones out, yeah, it can drop down. I've seen 300s on this before, and I've seen the upload speed drop to 90, but it's okay. So the fact that I'm able to craft it allows me to grab maybe bands that aren't used as much. Imagine finding a secret freeway to take you to work. That's what you can kind of do when you have access to bands. This is a great modem in the fact that it supports not just some of the 4G bands and the ones used by T-Mobile. It supports every 4G band that I know of. It supports, here, let's just take a quick look. I'm going to show you, let's see. I can show you my live signal. I can show you the modem info. Sure. So there's my IP address directly from T-Mobile, and that's key because I want that. Normally what I would do is give that to my access point. My T-Mobile access point would grab that, but immediately it would pull out its NAT engine and try serving a network around my house. Even though I only wanted one address from it, I would plug it into another router to try and do some real things. And guess what? I'd have a double NAT scenario on top of a carrier grade NAT scenario. So as I mentioned, they keep changing your IP address. That is carrier grade NAT. So we've kind of have a double issue if you try to solve it, because their gateways are good, but they don't have a lot of features in them. So if you try to get a modem with more features and plug it into a gateway, you could be causing a NAT issue. That's what I like about this Invisa Gig. It is a modem only, and it does have a bridge function in it. The bridge function allows me to grab that IP address and push it directly to my access point and saying, you manage it now. And this is a great one. So here's my Netgear, and one of the best features it has, it's an advanced feature. In fact, it's so advanced you have to click advanced under advanced. And then we get to DDNS. This is your dynamic DNS that allows you to point at your servers, point at your network by name instead of by number, because the number's changing. And guess what? There's a service out there, and it's free. It's free if you want to use it as free. It's $19 a year if you pay for it. So I went ahead and paid for it. I encourage you to try it for free first. Make sure it works for you. And when it does, yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and buy it because 19 bucks a year is nothing for a working system. So there you go. That works out great. When you sign up for this service for free, I'm going to go ahead. Can I log in? Let's log me in real quick. Ta-da. Okay, so I have one dynamic DNS named, and it keeps track of what the IP address is. Here's my last IP address. It changes all the time. So people are like, I can't believe you showed me your IP address. Did I tell you it changes all the time? By the time you see this, it's changed. So it doesn't really matter. But so what I do is take this service, and it keeps track of what my last IP was all the time. And guess what? My Netgear is logged in. And whenever my IP address changes, the two sync up and say, hey, we're over here now. And it allows my Plex, whenever I use Plex to look for my Plex server, it allows it to say, oh, we're over here now? And guess what? It works wonderfully. So I think this is going to work really nicely for gamers, for people that want to run servers, for security, media servers like myself. It all works great. And here, I'm going to show you PLEX TV. This is just a great service. There's also Jellyfin. That should work equally well. This is my Plex server, and as you can see, I have a ton of movies. My kids are away at college. We like to watch movies together. This way I can serve them to them. My entire collection of movies. Here, we'll go to movies, and it's not just movies. It's all the pictures of the kids growing up, all the family photos that go way back in time. The kids' photos, stuff we've done together, trips we've taken, live TV. We can do just about anything with this. So movies, TV show, music. Music's another great one. All the great artists that we love, we can stream them just about anywhere. This is a server, and when you get this kind of upstream, why not be serving it? Make it available to your loved ones, to yourself when you're out of town. When I go over to the beach house, I like to be able to have access to all my movies. It's great. You don't have to do anything weird or log in funny. It's just always available. So this now keeps track of it. So I'm using this modem in a bridge mode. I'll show you how to set that up. I've crafted my signal so I get great up and down. I'm using a gateway that happens to be mesh that does support the DDNS, and I know a lot of gateways do. This is one way to do it. And then I use the no IP service. Those three together have unlocked this. And it's not just working, because I've been able to make it work for a movie. I've been able to make it work for a couple days. But when the IP address changed, it would break every time. This one has been working for months now. In fact, here is my dashboard to one of my servers, because now I have multiples. Here, this is my last 30 days, and my neighbor has been helping me test it. He's streamed hours, days worth of stuff. He enjoys watching TV, Star Trek, The Bear, Pete Davidson. Oh, he likes comedy like I do. I guess I like all the stuff that he's watched because it's from my server. But there you go. That makes a lot of sense. But look, I have multiple servers. That's what I'm going to go to next. I have some mini PCs. These are quiet. These are small. These contain use very little power. And you can sit them right next to your TV. You can actually do some end-level processing, like recording, streaming stuff. I have some great applications like the Audials. I'll put a link to that. That is fantastic. It enables you to capture streaming music and streaming video. It will meta tag them just like this and allow you to make it part of your collection. On your NAS drive or on your mini PC, you can put some storage onto these inexpensively and make a media server just like this. And now you can serve it around your house. So let me just show you. The first piece of this is the Invisa Gig. So I'm going to take this single IP address. You notice it also has an IPv6 address. It's going to pass it straight through to this device. What's that device, you say? That is my Netgear. So that is my router. It's going to take this IP address, give it directly to my router. But this is also a key number right here. 192.168.225.1. Look, that's the URL that I'm at right now. And the importance of this is Now that I'm in bridge mode, I can still see the modem. I can still access the modem. I can access the access point, of course, because that's my gateway. But I didn't lose sight of the modem itself. There is another solution that's out there that I've made work as well, because it's not just this one. I've also made it work with this one. I've talked about this in the past. The Ecom is also a very good unit. It does support a bridge mode, and yes, I get it to work, and it supports everything. However, when I get it into that mode, I lose sight of it. So that means if you want to go administer it again, you have to disconnect your network, you have to plug directly into the Ethernet port, and you have to sometimes hike up to the roof and hit that reset button, which requires a screwdriver. And oh my, let's show this one first. Okay, this one, I'm going to, boom, here's what you do. Oh, let me show you the live signal, for example, real quick. Bum, bum. Okay, here's my live signal, and as you can see, I can see my reference signal receive power, my reference signal receive quality, the actual numbers, and this updates in a live kind of thing. My signal to noise ratio, it's all very good. You can also see my primary signal and my secondary signal. Primary, N41, secondary, N25. That's 5G SA. So yes, I can actually go in and pick this right down to the nitty gritty. Here, I'll show you all the options. This thing is nuts. I like this a lot. Look, I can craft which bands I want to lock to. And which bands are we talking about? Here, let me see. These are your 5G SA bands. It supports everything. You got your N77 on there. That's going to be your 3.7 gigahertz. You've got your N66. That's supported by T-Mobile. That's at 1900 megahertz. You got your N25. That's the one that's split at 17 and 21. So it's kind of that 19 range. You've got your N41 at 2.5 gigahertz. You've got your N71 at 600 megahertz. So this gives you the full range, and you can really tweak to what you want to, because any radio is going to give you your best bars, right? It's going to say this is the most powerful signal. A slightly less powerful signal may have 3 times, 4 times the bandwidth. N25, for example, has 4 times the bandwidth of N71. Just because you're getting a slightly stronger signal from N71 doesn't mean you want to lock to it. On the contrary, you would rather say, please ignore that thing, reach slightly beyond it, and let's go for, I don't know, the promised land. But yeah, you can get it to go with LTE. Can I show those frequencies real quick? Yeah, so these are the LTE bands that are available. All the ones supported by T-Mobile, by AT&T, by Verizon. This piece of hardware will allow you to do just about anything with it. I like those bands currently, so I'm going to leave it alone. But I can lock to particular towers. You can do a tower scan. It'll show you all the different signals around you so that you know you're locking to the right one. Or you can just not lock. You can point your antenna the right way, saying this should be great. We just had a big storm here in California, and a lot of the infrastructure got knocked down or was out. Mine never went out. It did get slower. I think some antennas got turned because we were getting 90-mile-an-hour gusts. It was pretty crazy. But within 24 hours, guess what? The infrastructure to thousands of customers was repaired by one guy technician going out and going, oh, there we go. Eep. Wrench. I can watchdog this, which means it'll make sure my network's always up. If not, it'll reboot it. I can make it reboot every day, so it always goes and finds the best signals that are available. N77 has been coming out. It comes out and then it disappears. I don't want to lock to it, but I do want to find it if it is available and has more resources attached to it. Right now, if you go and look at do a channel scan, you can see the different resources that are out there. N77, when it does appear, doesn't have the bandwidth yet that is even supported by N41. That's T-Mobile's choice right now, but it's going to be the bomb. When it comes out, it's going to be really good. Okay, let me just show you what I did to make this thing lock. Okay, make sure your version is up to the Christmas release, which is 1.0.10. If not, you go to update check, that's number 8. But here, I'm going to type in number 10. Number 10 says, do you wish to proceed? This will cause things to change. Okay. I have a single unit. You could have multiple gateways, Invisa Gig gateways, but I have one. So I'm going to click 1. It's saying, do you want a custom IP address? No, I don't want a custom one. I want the one that T-Mobile's going to give me. And do I want to enable IPPT for the current connected Mac device? Yeah, that's what I want. I want it to go to the first thing that's on my network after this modem is my access point. So yeah, that's the one I want. So I'm going to click no because that's what I want. I don't want to specify one because I want it to find the one that's on my network. So right now it's rebooting. It's still going to be addressable at the same address that I'm at, which is 192.168.225.1. And then it'll reboot. And when it does, it'll be taking the IP address from T-Mobile, which is now going to change, by the way, because you're going to be like, I know your IP address. Yeah, it's going to change. And then it's going to pass that to my access point. My access point is going to say, hey, my IP address has changed, and it's going to go to this service, which is no IP, automatically, and change it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to go find my phone. I'm going to show you that T-Mobile, it comes up, and it's all flagged as not working, and all I got to do is click on it. It's going to notice, hey, it changed. It'll make the change itself, and instantly in my hands it'll now be working. And we're not just talking about one server, multiple servers. And it's not just, as I showed you, it's not just for a day. This has been months. I've had it up for 3 months, and I keep pinging my neighbor every time I see him. I'm like, still working? And he's like, yeah, it still works. Leave me alone. Yeah, I like your movies. Thanks. But it does keep working. Here, 192. Is it back up? All right, so it's back, and I had to drive my daughter to soccer, so hopefully it didn't fix itself already, but that happens too. Okay, so here I'm on my phone, turned off my Wi-Fi, and I'm going to my Plex, and look, you can see all the servers there, and the little red says that they're offline. Now, that is common. My IP address changed. That's expected. I'm going to go ahead and click on the movies. And look, they'll come up. It went ahead and it pinged the server, and it pinged my access point and said, oh, wait, we moved. So the server said, where are you supposed to be? I'm looking for you by name. It went to this name address and said, hey, did you change? And they went, oh, yeah, we did. Here it is. And so all my movies are here. All the different servers. Let's go back to the servers. You can see all the servers, the red mark's gone. It can find them all now. And yeah, I can just pick a movie off of any of them. And there it is. And I just pick a movie. And it'll play. This is all over Wi-Fi. So it's obviously not on the same network. But it's found them all, gave no warnings, everything's working, multiple servers, all now working. And again, it's not just something I fixed for the minute. As we can see from the tools, the dashboard, it has indeed, let's see, this is the one what server did I play that from? I just played that from my media center, and it shows that Howl's Moving Castle is playing. And that's exactly what we're looking at. But here, I'm going to go to this one. This is the one I've been using the most. My Synology NAS. My neighbor's been helping me test it. Here, I'll set it in the last 30 days. He's watched 33 movies or TV episodes for 24 hours. And yeah, so he has no problem. Day after day, hour after hour, week after week. It's just worked. So there we go. It's now officially fixed. I'm really anxious to find out from you gamers if this solved the generic case for you as well, but I really think that it has because this is so rock solid now. So there we go, guys. Hey, I'll make another video because I did get it to work for this. Not quite as elegantly in the fact that it doesn't have that IP address, at least that I've not found yet. It is Chinese New Year, so I can't get a hold of my folks over there. But this one is, it's Richard's birthday. He's turning 45. Happy birthday, Richard. He is great to talk to. He's in the United States. You can call him at normal times. He does spend good time with you. He knows this stuff inside and out. And if you need support, he's great. It's on sale right now for his birthday. I have a coupon code that'll bring it down, I think, another 20 bucks. So that is an amazing modem. It allows you to craft the signal that you want to find those free ways that nobody else has. Hey, I'm going to tell you to go ahead, like this video if you like this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'm going to show you why. Take a look at this. When people ask me questions, I usually try to answer them. But when you subscribe, I get a little red dot next to you. And you think I'm not going to subscribe to someone that, or respond to someone that has subscribed to me? It's a great way to get some additional attention. This guy's been with me for 4 years. This guy too, absolutely. So of course, here's a different way. Toyman wanted to get my attention. He donated $5 to my channel. And of course, that's a wonderful way to get your attention too. But hey, if you're responding to anybody's YouTube channel, trying to get their attention is good. I have a tool on here called Tubi or something like that that does put a red dot next to my subscribers. So if you think that I'm not going to respond to a subscriber, you're crazy, because of course I am. I go and fill those ones out first. I pay extra attention to them. I'm extra nice. Of course, it's just normal common sense. So anyway, guys, hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And here's what's coming up next. You saw that I have multiple servers. That's what I'm going to show you next. I have some mini PCs in the house, and an i9, an i7, and a really cool i5 with an Intel GPU in it. So I'm really expecting a lot out of that. I have my Synology NAS that I've had for 6 years. It's been fantastic, but I've recently updated it and now have a 4-bay NAS. And it's even a faster processor with more capabilities. You know, I found out a lot by these things. I'm going on forever, but you can either pay now or pay later when it comes to streaming movies, especially when it comes to 4K. There are different file types that are harder to stream, harder to decode at the edge, and either you pay in size, or you pay in service, or you pay at the head unit with a really strong head unit. And these ones are all paying off really neat. I'll show you examples of that. That's coming up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good weekend. See you soon.